Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, August 31st, 20th day of Elul. Reminder one more time that Ashkenaz daveners will begin saying Salichos starting late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. Now, for the shofar blowing of Rosh Hashanah, the person blowing the shofar should be standing up, and also the people listening generally we have the custom that throughout all the shofar blasts that the listeners stand up also. Now when we say standing, standing really means, well, it's standing, but see, leaning really hard on like just having your elbow on a table or something is not good. If it's leaning to the point where you would lose your balance if I took that table away, then it's like you're not really fully standing, and it's best to be standing for the shofar blower and also for the shofar listeners. It's best if they're all standing. Here's a tough one. No talking from the beginning of the shofar blasts all the way to the end, which is about an hour and a half later. Can you imagine like not talking for an hour and a half? Well, I'm sorry, that's really how it is. We make a bracha at the beginning of the shofar blowing. That bracha is for the listening to the shofar blasts that we're doing, and then the bracha is like sort of in applying to all the blasts that come the rest of the day. So yeah, you just don't talk. Um, if you have shofar needs, like you have to ask someone, could you hand me the shofar, or uh, where should I stand? I don't know. Well, whatever it is that you have to say, if it's for the needs of the shofar blowing, then you're allowed to do that. If you ended up talking, it doesn't like ruin everything, unless you talked such that during the talking you missed hearing something. If you missed hearing something, then yeah, that's a problem. And you also shouldn't talk between a shvarim and a trua, the ones that are attached together. It's best to have one person do all the shofar blowing. That's called kol hamaskil b'mitzvah omrim lo gumar. Whoever starts a mitzvah should finish the mitzvah. But sometimes, for whatever reason, you might have to have someone take over the rest of the shofar blasts in the middle. If you got to do that, you could do that if necessary. Sometimes the guy blowing the shofar just runs out of steam or can't make the rest of the shofar blasts. Then someone else could take over if necessary. We like to have a makri. That's the person who tells the shofar blower what the next sound is, and he goes tkiya, shvarim. The idea being that sometimes it's hard for the shofar blower to stay focused, and he's got so many other things he's thinking about. So the makri, the one who reads and calls out the words to him and tells him what he's doing next, they stand next to him and just tell him tkiya, and then he could tell him good, move on to the next one. Covers for him, also watches to make sure that he's blowing properly, and he says you have to do that one again. That didn't come out right. And as far as the calling out, that the makri, the one who announces the sounds, he doesn't necessarily have to do it for that first one, because the first one is the first one. Everybody knows it's a tkiya, and he doesn't need any special announcement from the makri, from the reader, to get that right. But some people even have the makri call out and say the words tkiya even before that first shofar blast. Okay, have a great Shabbos, and log on again after Shabbos for more. Bye-bye.